So before Gonstead, I used to have this lower back pain. I'm a weightlifter, and I was really limited in my motion. And then what happened was I had this pain that crept up in the middle of my back where I felt like I couldn't sway. So when it came to weightlifting, I was very limited on how I was able to grow as a weightlifter. I would say the pieces of my life the pain took away was definitely squatting, bending over. I have kids. And when it came to just playing with my kids, I had to do this little motion where I had this little thing where they made fun of me a little bit. Like, that has to kind of get down real weird. I just had this system of how I'm going to get low. And that was very frustrating. And that's when I realized I really have to go and get this looked at. How I found out about Gonstead, I was working at Sports and Wellness. I was a sales rep at the time, and Gonstead had just started, and I didn't know anything about chiropractic health and wellness. And then some of the doctors that were there setting up, they would always take time out to just talk to me and explain things to me in detail. And I didn't know if they knew I wasn't gonna, get anything, but they still treated me as if I was going to be a client someday and just educate me on just how the system works and why it's important to get adjustments. And that always has stuck with me. And I was like, man, if I do ever need any kind of adjustment, the only place I'm going is Gonstead, and that's why I'm here. Once I became a patient here, the first thing you notice is when you walk in, the friendly environment. It's just welcoming. Even when you call on the phone, they always want to help. So they answer the phone in a way where, hey, we're here to help. What information can I get for you to help you? And that was one of the first things that I noticed. And of course, the staff, everyone in the staff says hi to you. It's like you're saying hi to everyone you call, and you're like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And so that was for me, it's being acknowledged when you walk in somewhere. Huge difference for me. And of course, all the doctors that work here and the folks that are ready to help, just a game changer for sure. When I first came here, I was asking about the services and just all they had to offer. The services I decided to take was just getting adjusted. I wanted to get my bones moving. And when I sat with the doctor here, he was saying, well, this is what's going on according to what we, the information that we gathered, and this is how we can help. So when I decided to get adjusted, and the first adjustment, the absolute first one, everything changed. I could move and I felt like a brand new person. I was like, oh, I felt like the kink in my hose was unkinked and the water was flowing again. And I felt great. I actually got emotional the first time, so it was that good. So as I was getting treated, my workout partner actually was the first one to notice my movements. And we started including squats into the deal. And he was like, wait, when did we start squatting? We used to stick with the machines. Now we're doing free squats. And even my kids, when I was sitting there playing with them, I would crawl around, wrestle with my son. And it was like, whoa, Dad is different now, So I felt so agile, wow, this is cool. And from then, it just gave me the courage to now say, hey, I want to now grow and expand and just take this, my whole, my persona of lifting and staying fit and taking care of myself. I felt like it's just this, I can do this now. Let's go. I can do this now. So that's what it did for me. Challenges that I faced before and after adjustment, I would say before, pain, lack of movement, no momentum kind of in my walk, posture. And then after, it was just fixed. Nothing painful, nothing that hindered me. I wasn't worried that maybe they moved the bone too far left or too far right. It was like, no, this is good. My body just responded well, and I knew that I was doing the right thing. Yeah, my experience with the staff itself is, it's been great. Again, friendly. They all stop and say hi, and they call me by name. I was kind of like, what, they know my name too? It's like, especially if someone's you don't know them, they always stop and say hi, or really try to get to know you and say, hi, how are you doing? And if they're busy, and you stop and talk to them, they've never not, made me feel like I'm interrupting. It's always like, hey, let's talk, And then, so it's been a great experience. I love it here. I recommend Gonstead all the time.